Hiya. I finished blending my concealer in, right? So I'm just going to quickly apply some foundation and then we're going to go on to highlighting and contour. So again, like I said on previous videos, this is my foundation brush. That's also a foundation brush from Tarte. Both equally amazing. So I'm just going to quickly apply some foundation on. Make sure you're blending it right down your neck with a pattern motion. Don't go like that because you're just scooping all your product back off. Just always dab, 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 dab. Push it right in to your skin. If you apply it properly, it'll stay there all day. And I mean all day.
For my sins, God has always placed me at your side. And I feel shame for abandoning you.
That'll be it. Your place is in Winchester with Jura.
Right, when you're doing this, if you've done your brows previous to your foundation, make sure you don't mess your brows up when you're applying your foundation, because it would just be a waste of time, wouldn't it? You can drag it all the way down your neck. Don't have to pat. Just make sure your jawline's done and it doesn't stop here, because then you won't look very good. I don't know if you can see how plump my lips are getting. I am using a lip plumper because I've got a really thin top lip. Alright, you want to be really careful around your eyebrows.
One tiny cock isn't going to hurt her.
Make sure you blend it. Don't want no harsh lines, remember?
Eston, what are you doing? Shut your mouth, Doug. You saw nothing.
Be careful around your eyes, because your eyes, the skin on your eyes is very delicate, and if you put really heavy product on your eyes, it will thin your skin and you'll damage that skin as well, so just be really careful. Right, so base is done. Happy with that. Right, I'm going to do really heavy contour and highlighter, just to show you guys how I do it. Right, there's millions of types of contour. You can do powder contour, you can do cream contour, you can do contour palettes. This is my contour palette. This is one of the best contour palettes I've ever used. It's a company called Doccolé. I will just use powder contour if it's just during the day, but if I'm going out, what I use is, it's actually a concealer. And I'll use a foundation stick. This is a foundation stick. It's meant for foundation. But what I'll do is I'll use this for contour, which is in a really dark shade. So again, contour is where you want the appearance of thin, shadowed, make your face look thinner. Highlighter is to highlight the areas the high points of your face, the areas you want to stand out. So you contour, suck your face in. That's where it goes. Okay. So just do a line. See where that line is? It looks really, really heavy, doesn't it? So again, what you want to do, it's another foundation brush, but I use it for contour. You just want to dab it. Always go in an upwards direction. You never want to drag it down, because then it'll go too far down and you'll look ridiculous. Always blend it up.
Not
forehead.
And you want to get your foundation brush. Just make sure it's all
Now I know what to
blended
do.
in nicely.
I will use my knife
No harsh lines.
and a knife.
You see that?
You should.
You see the difference?
You are precious, lady.
And you want to do the same on the other side.
Sleep well. Safely.
2 seconds. Right, so again, exact same on the other side. And we're going to repeat the process. You're just going to dab, same as you do on your foundation.
It is late. I was about to sit and contemplate.
As is your habit, Lord, I have been waiting for you.
I was blended up into my temples.
Lord, I hope you will forgive me for what I'm about to say. My intentions are full wisdom.
And again, foundation brush. Just make sure
You
that's
spoke of paying
all
for
nicely blended in.
2 ways.
See the difference? Right,
That is,
forehead. You want it to go all the way around, dip,
should the ransom
and then
be too great,
like a
should the likely
like a letter M.
Should
So
Wessex wish to emerge with
I
honour,
do 3 little dots,
greater strength,
and again
then should you not be encouraged
dab.
to take
Pat
your
all the
own
product in to your
for the
skin.
good of the kingdom.
Make sure you get it right in your hairline.
Say,
This is why I always put my hair up when I'm doing my makeup.
I hear you, Otter. I'm glad you feel able to proffer this advice.
And again, foundation brush. Just make sure that's all nicely blended in. You can see that.
Look around you,
Okay.
see the sacrifice that has been made.
Now you want to do your jawline as well.
Hundreds upon
My jawline's really floppy right now.
women and children have given
Yeah.
lives
So
for what
you just
they
want
have
to go
given.
right under your
The lives of
jawline,
those that did not take their lives.
either side,
And there will be reward in heaven for each and every soul. that
and
is
exactly the same process.
That's what I say, Lord. There will be reward in heaven. You are a king before you are a father.
I say when you're dabbing, you don't want to be dabbing with like loads of pressure. You know, it's the lightest little touch. Like you don't want to be hurting yourself. And I'll just drag
Now
it
you relieve me.
and drag it. You can see the difference there. You can see my jawline now. Okay. Right, now I go over with the powder. And I'll just do the powder on my nose. I don't do double because I just don't think there's any need. Okay, so this is a contour brush,
Do you want to breathe the night's air?
but so is this. So it just depends what you're going for. I use this one on the nose. So
My father wanted to call me Morning. Moon god.
literally,
Morning
you just want to
chased
go.
each night across the sky by Hattie the wolf. My mother did not want me to be chased by wolves. I saw the moon,
All the way up
clear sky, and I wanted
to your
to
brows, all the way down. Make sure you do the end so it joins.
chase everything else with my brother. Choice was difficult, I admit.
And blend it in. And you see the difference now?
I've never seen a face like this before.
You see how thinner my nose looks
See it.
from before?
The last piece of fish, man.
again,
My husband
contour
does not see me.
in the same place
He's blind. Or stupid.
as you put the powder,
Not blind.
is where you put the cream, sorry.
He's not gentle, I guess.
You want to do exactly the same.
He's true.
Exactly the same areas.
He is not the man you choose to be.
Basically what you're doing is you're setting that in place so it's going to stay there all day. Any cream products that you use, if you want to set them, you set it with a powder on top. And we're just going to give that all a blend. Okay, now what I'm going to do, so I used that shade for contouring. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the lighter shades. And I'm going to go underneath the contour.
What are your trouble?
I sincerely hope so. I can barely see.
At your age, it is not good for you.
What's your opinion on paying a ransom?
Forget to do this bit.
Do you have an opinion?
Not one I am prepared to say aloud.
Is there much or any?
Just blend that all in.
The king pass?
Disappointed you need to ask. I have both my father's blood and
Okay,
spirit.
so
The Danes know it. Even the dead know it.
now that's basically all the contour done.
I am becoming more like him by the day. Observe.
Can you see the difference between no contour and contour? Hopefully you can pick up on that. Where's my brush gone? Yeah, hopefully you can pick up on the
My great friend.
on the difference.
If you are indeed his son,
You see how
I may need
good that looks,
You may
how
need me for what?
flawless it looks. So now we're gonna go through and do a highlight. So
I believe you need your bed, Lord.
I'm gonna use this dusty pink highlight. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna use this, which is Roxy Makeup Artist. She's absolutely amazing. That's who my brush is made by. This highlighter is really, really powerful, so you should be able to pick it up on camera. So for highlighting, where's my brush? I use this. Okay, so I'm going to show you the difference between a dry brush and a wet brush. Right, so a few dabs, and you basically want the highest points of your face, which is your cheekbones. Okay, so you're just gonna work that into the skin.
She passes the time.
That's a dry brush. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wet the brush with some setting spray. I'm just going to wait for that to dry off a little bit. And you're going to pick up all that product. And now we're going to go over it again with a wet brush. I always take it up here, like a V. Now can you see the difference
There will be a heathen sacrifice.
between a dry brush and a wet brush?
Party will be split with an axe.
I always wet my brush when I'm using highlighter. Again on the same place.
Why? Because they can't.
See the difference?
Preston, we're traveling to Bernflirt.
Well, Alfred,
The difference.
For Alfred, yes.
So
I'm here to take you on to
we're
the
gonna go
book
down the
club,
nose
you and two others.
I will travel with half my number, no less.
and a cupid's bow.
Agreed.
We're just gonna blend that all in together.
Lady Ethelfled, she is well. There'll be no negotiation
Right.
till I have seen her.
Also,
She is well.
see if I've got a brush handy
My
here
Lord
to do
Eric
this.
says that she's most content, Lord.
Right. You should also highlight
Ride on and we'll
just
follow.
under here.
Oh, you will not be needing horses.
So this points out where your arch is.
Lord, I have a question. What is it?
And you want to blend that out.
You have to ask.
Obviously normally you'd have
What we want is to free Ethelflaed.
eyeshadow on,
If instead
so
what
the two
transpires
colours would
is
blend
more,
together.
what then?
There is a little bit product on this brush already.
I would be
Just
without
do-
a wife, no doubt. Because that would be the cause of war.
There, see,
War will occur
difference.
regardless. That's certain.
Obviously you don't need to go as heavy on the highlighter as I do, but if you're going to highlight, you might as well do a good job.
But what is it we
You know,
want?
look at that, it's amazing.
Alfred wants his daughter and his
Just
friend.
glowing.
But is that best for Mercia?
I did forget to say that
Or for Mercia?
when I put my foundation on, I put my concealer on first. So I did
Just rescue her by all means.
I did a layer of this under both eyes. I did a bit round my nose where I get a bit of redness, and a bit on my chin. But apart from that, that's it. So, when you're happy, everything's blended in nice, and you know, you've got the look that you want, then I would go in and do bronze. So we're going to do bronzing with this,
You will all kneel.
and this is the brush I use for bronzing. It's nice and big, it's not harsh, it's not like,
You've made us walk a good distance.
so basically
Let us respect
just
you.
get all of those colours in, tap the excess off,
You should have joined me.
and then go over.
Did you join you? I have a dead man tell a prophecy. Why didn't you simply ask?
You would refuse with the gods.
And I would bronze all under here,
The King of Wessex sends his greetings.
so that your
He hopes
neck
you
is
have enjoyed
matching
the company of his daughter.
the colour on your face.
Enjoy that.
Then if I was going out, also what I would do
Oh, she's not his favourite.
is I would do
Why else would he have allowed
these
her to
bones
marry
here.
the pig's ass standing behind
highlight,
Before any negotiations
go over
take
your
place,
bronzer, and then you go over your highlight, and it just
to be certain
makes
that
everything
the
stand
wife
out.
is well.
It makes you look thinner.
If she's not well,
So, next step.
the pigs are still.
A lot of people will set their makeup with powder.
Will you find me?
I do not. The only thing I set with powder is my contour,
I would like that.
because the products I use, they just don't need setting with powder, and when you're setting with powder, it can
I will not.
become really clumpy, and you know, all of the product can gather under your eyes, which is what it does with me. So I don't set with a powder, I set with a set spray. Now, my makeup lasts all day. I've been at funerals, I've cried my eyes out, my makeup's not budged. I was at work last week and it was really, really hot, and it was the morning that I went in on the afternoon. And I did my full face of makeup because I hadn't done makeup for ages. And I went into work and everyone was like, wow. And my boss was like, that's going to sweat off today. And I was like, no, it's not. I'll bet you money that by the end of this shift, my makeup will be still intact. And it was absolutely boiling and I was sweating like a pig. But my makeup didn't budge. So, I'm going to use a bit of this. But first, these little bad boys, these little facial sprays, can set your makeup as well. So, give it a shake. You want to just dry that off a little bit. And then use this one.
What is your price? It must be fair, or you can keep her.
You talk of your woman like you do not care.
She's important to me, of course, but she has a price beyond which I cannot go.
And then once that's set, it's not budging. It's going to stay all day.
Name this price.
This is the one I'm using, and it actually does smell like cherry truffles. It's
My land's gonna
really
afford me
nice.
no more.
so yeah, if I've missed anything out, I'm going to do a separate one on eyes and a separate one on lips. Yeah, and I'll do another one on colour correction. If there's anything else that anybody needs to know, just let me know and I'll do it for you. Hope you all have a fab day. See you later.